For 3 quarters, Zach Wilson had to deal with poor offensive line play and the rust of a 7-week layoff. But boy, did he deliver in the 4th quarter against Pittsburgh. 10 for 12, 6 for 6 on the final drive. Zach Wilson won the New York Jets the game. So let's take a look at the All-22 and I'll show you why number 2 was so impressive. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? It's Luke here from Play Like a Jet, and Zach is back. This was my favorite video to put together so far for the 2022 season, and boy did Zach Wilson deliver in the 4th quarter. It's not just that he overcame a 10-point deficit on the road, it's the situations he overcame. It's the throws he was making. So let's jump into the film right now. We're going to start with possibly the best play from the entirety of the game from the Jets offense and from Zach Wilson. He throws a crosser here to Garrett Wilson against the Steelers' cover 1 robber. So what's cover 1 robber? You're going to see man across the board. You're going to see the strong safety, Minkah Fitzpatrick, number 39 in the robber role. He's patrolling the middle part of the field, the hole. If it's a linebacker, it's a cop. If it's a safety, it's a robber. And then you've got the deep safety patrolling the center field area. So what you're going to see as we let this roll is Garrett Wilson, the number 2 receiver, left-hand side of the Jets formation, absolutely toast his cornerback. Here we go, we'll let it roll right now. Does a great job with the skip release to the inside. He's got the crosser. Zach Wilson lets him clear Fitzpatrick, and you just know Garrett Wilson is going rumbling after the catch, making guys miss, and did a phenomenal job. So let's break this play down a little bit further now, and let's focus on number 2. Zach Wilson does a fantastic job off the snap. The first thing he does is he lets the crosser clear the robber defender Minkah Fitzpatrick. Sometimes you get to the top of your drop, you get your cleats in the ground, and you want to rip this football. Zach Wilson can't do it. He has to be patient, he has to take a hitch, and he has to allow Garrett Wilson to run into space on this crossing route. Does a great job of doing that, allows him to cross, is patient, is on time with his delivery. You love to see that. But the most special part of this play, you're going to see from the back angle. Take a look at the eye manipulation of Zach Wilson. You're going to see off the snap, Minkah Fitzpatrick's on the right-hand side of your screen. Zach Wilson's eyes go left, our right-hand side, the entirety of this snap. What does this do? Minkah knows he's supposed to flow here with the crosser. That's his responsibility in the hole. But Zach's persistence with his eyes, look what it does. It eventually freezes the feet of Minkah. It gets him leaning to the right-hand side of our screen. And look at Garrett Wilson clear him on that crosser, and the ball placement and delivery is awesome. Hit him between the numbers and allow him to make a play after the catch. I'll play it through one more time for you at full speed. Watch his eyes go to the right-hand side of your screen. Minkah hesitates, clears it. Great ball placement, and that is a huge chunk play for the New York Jets. Same drive, Zach Wilson on 3rd and 14, being put in a poor down and distance situation because of the running game, yet again, but he overcomes it. Great game management. I'll let this roll. He's going to escape the pocket, he's going to bail, and he's going to keep this in a 4th and manageable. He doesn't throw an incompletion, force the ball into a window that isn't there. So what happens here offensively? You're going to see a stunt on the right-hand side of the Steelers formation towards the bottom of your screen. Tomlinson gets too carried away, taking that lead. He then neglects the man looping back to the inside. We've got an A-gap pressure. Zach Wilson at the point of the pressure has nothing open. You can see blanketed across the board. He can't throw this football yet. So he does a great job getting skinny in the pocket, stepping up and navigating a muddy pocket, getting upfield, and then avoiding a big hit. It's now 4th and 7 instead of 4th and 14, and we're going to see that pay off on the next snap. Game management, intelligence, great work from Zach Wilson in what looks like a small play, but ends up being huge. And here is that resulting 4th down. 4th and 7, Zach Wilson with an absolute line drive to Corey Davis, who's on the right-hand side of your screen. But Zach off the snap does a good job again holding Minkah Fitzpatrick. I talked about it in the first clip. This time Minkah's down near the numbers on the right-hand side of the Steelers formation. So you can see that Zach Wilson stares straight at him. It freezes him for just a moment. That gives Corey Davis enough time on this slow developing route to not have Fitzpatrick come, hit him in the mouth, and force this to be an incompletion. It opens up the window, it gives him enough time. And look at the delivery and the placement from Zach Wilson. He throws this ball in the perfect location. He doesn't lead Davis too far to the inside into a hit from Fitzpatrick. He pushes him vertically down the field. It's a great spot and allows him to run after the catch. Zach Wilson's placement on these big downs, the money downs, was fantastic. A 4th and 7, stick your back foot in the ground and rip a line drive rocket. That's a huge throw from Zach Wilson. So as a result of converting all these third and fourth downs, the Jets are in the red zone. It's 3rd and 5 again. Why not? Chips are on the table. What does Zach Wilson deliver? Another strike in a tight window to Corey Davis, but I'm going to give the love here to Mike LaFleur. He does a great job with his play design. Left-hand side of your screen of the Jets formation, you're going to see Conklin run this shallow 7 or out route in the red zone. Really, he's running a pick for Corey Davis. Corey Davis is running the money route. He's on a whip. And look at Zach Wilson, just put that ball in a perfect location, pin it on his body, don't let that linebacker coming across get to the football, and the Jets cut the lead to just 3. Not an incredible play from Zach, but it is an incredible play design. It really exposes the coverage of the Steelers, and he fits that ball in the window. I really like this play, and the Jets have a sniff now. And now we get to the final drive of the game. Zach Wilson going for all the chocolates to drive the Jets for the W on the road after being down 10. And this play encompasses everything we have just talked about. I'll let it play at full speed. You're going to see him squeeze in a tight window here against cover 4 to Corey Davis. Corey Davis makes a great catch. The Jets also do a phenomenal job rushing to the line of scrimmage. They don't let the NFL headquarters go back and take a look and review this play just in case. Great man management and game management again. But what does Zach Wilson do? He's going to try and freeze the linebacker right here in the middle of your field. You're going to see he tries to keep him entertained with this route that Garrett Wilson's running from the slot on the right-hand side. But Garrett Wilson also does a great job pushing this vertically, because what that does is it just freezes the linebacker for long enough. Zach Wilson's eyes stay over the middle of the field. Now they flip to the right. Take a look at this zone defender near the number 30 on the left-hand side of the Steelers formation. He ends up jumping to the left. Zach Wilson moves a second defender with his eyes. He looks him off towards the boundary. He opens up this window for Corey Davis and just fires it past his ear in a perfect location. People are going to say, well, he's throwing that behind Corey Davis. This is the perfect spot for this football to go. Don't let the linebacker come across and force this ball out. You've got to stop the receiver. You've got to put it on his back hip. And Zach does it perfectly. One more time at full speed. Snap out a shotgun. Move 2 defenders with your eyes and then zip this in on the perfect back shoulder. Zach Wilson was just incredible in the fourth quarter. And then all of those plays, all of those throws led to this 2nd and short. You're going to see Zach Wilson hand the ball off this time. Breece Hall somehow sneaks that football over the end zone. He breaks the plane and it's a touchdown. I want to highlight AVT here. I know this is a Zach Wilson film review, but AVT at left tackle. Look at him just move. A big interior lineman in Gordon Hayward. He opens up that lane. Look at the way he gets his hands underneath the armpit and just displaces him. Opens it up for Breece Hall. Sneaks it over there. You can see him extend the ball. Zach Wilson may not have finished this drive and may not have finished this game. It was a running touchdown, but Zach Wilson was the architect. He was phenomenal. 10 for 12, 6 for 6 on the final drive. This dude came to play when all the chips were on the table, and as a Jets fan, you can't be any more proud. So that's why I was so impressed by the moxie and the performance of Zach Wilson on Sunday. Big situations, money drives, and he just kept throwing dimes. If we can see this progression throughout the entirety of the season, look out for Zach Wilson.